Good morning, agents, and welcome to another daily episode of Targeted Loot today for September 23rd. The series that shows you the Targeted Loot map, farming tips and tricks, vendor reset highlights, and much more. I'm Agent Shadow, and if you enjoy my content, please consider smashing the subscribe and like buttons below. You can also check out the video description and pinned comment below for links to my Discord, where you can join my clan, Shadow Crew, on PC, Xbox, and PS4, and further ways to support my channel like memberships, merch store, and stuff like that. But anyway, let's get started with the Dark Zones first and the highlights from the DZ vendors and a few other vendors actually, then DC, and finally New York City Targeted Loot highlights. So starting off real quick, just something I wanted to mention. In the clan vendor, actually a few of them. So over here in the theater vendor, you have the Mop. So the Mop's the new one with 10% armor on kill, the new 612 shotgun. I actually just went and picked that up right now. Over here in DZ West, oh, and real quick, the clan vendor has the new everyday carrier. That's the new Bellstone Armory brand set with perfect efficient, and then also Cassie has it as well. Over in DZ West, we got rifles as targeted loot, but real quick, we got the Point Man, that's a Gila Guard with perfect Vanguard, and then the Harmony with perfect and sync if you want to pick that up in the DZ vendor. I know that hasn't been in the DZ vendor in a while. Otherwise, rifle targeted loot, you can farm for the Harmony. You can get a good classic M1A, but I really wouldn't farm over here for that stuff. Like the Diamondback, the Merciless, you can pick those up in the DZ. Exotics don't really scale with the Dark Zone or difficulty, so it might be worth farming. We got Murakami in DZ South, and then also at DZ South, I don't think there's anything worth in the vendor, but you can farm for the Emperor's Guard knee pads, they're Murakami knee pads. And then over here in DZ East, you got Fenris, so you can farm for the Ferocious Calm chest piece with perfect Overwatch. And yeah, that's about it for the vendors. What's, the highlights for them and everything in the DZ, clan, and theater. And then what you can get DZ exclusives. Also, guys, I really wanted to point this out. So to get something like the Hunter's Fury, the Memento, stuff like that. So this is going to be through the season track reward, and what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put in my card in the top right and in the pinned comment below as well. So if you want to hurry up and get through this season and just get the Hunter's Fury vest, the backpack, the Memento, I think, which is at like level 50 or something like that, then I would just go with my XP farm videos. Like the Backfire's at 55, the Memento I believe is over here at level 90. There we go. So definitely worth farming through this season for multiple things like Hunter's Fury, and then of course the Memento backpack. What I would do is just follow those XP farms. There's ones for solo agents, there's one for group agents. That's over here at Demolition Site, and then there's one over at No Hope Hotel, and then Sleeping Giant, which is solo. That's because that's on challenging with 5 directives. So definitely be on the lookout for that for sure. Watch those videos. Those will help you out a lot. Get through this season quick. All right, let's get up here with the north side highlights. So skill attachments, I never really recommend. And then for the invaded missions, we got Grand Washington Hotel, American History Museum, and then Air and Space Museum. And the stronghold looks to be, well, I'm not really sure actually. That's odd. So it's not Roosevelt, it's not Capitol Building. So it's just Tidal Basin this time. So anyway, we got Walker Harrison Kill at Coney Island Ballpark. You can get the Headhunter, perfect Headhunter chest piece, Chain Killer. That's definitely worth it for all your headshot builds. It's pretty much the only way to have a headshot build, really. And then Providence Defense at the amusement park. You can get the Sacrifice with perfect glass cannon, or just try to get some better rolls now that the rainbow loot's fixed. And it's a lot better now, the drops. It's definitely worth farming for Providence Defense again. That way you can try to get something with all reds, and you'll get more often, more reds than some sort of rainbow loot. Then we got gloves at Manning National Zoo, which is actually the stronghold, my bad. So this is the main stronghold for this week. Now that's Black Tusk with gloves, so that's BTSU gloves. That has a higher drop rate chance to drop. So I would definitely try to farm for those BTSU gloves today if you can. And then we got Wyvernware over here at the summit, so if you're doing the summit, definitely try it out. Alright, agents, over here on the west side highlights, we got Grupo Sombro, so that's 1-piece DPS builds, 2-piece explosive skill damage builds. We got Douglas and Harding at Federal Emergency Bunker, so that's the 20% headshot damage baked into the punch trunk mask. That's definitely worth getting and mixing with like the Dodge City holster. or the perfect headhunter chest piece. You also got knee pads at Foggy Bottom, so you get the Ninja Bike Messenger knee pads. Remember, not only does that give you 25% bonus armor when you do cover to cover vault, but it also reloads your weapon. So if you got that backfire SMG, that's going to skip that bleed that it does to you. It's definitely going to be worth it. Ooh, and look at it, we got Roosevelt Island Providence Defense loot. So if you want to farm this on Legendary, that's going to be the best thing you can do to get Providence Defense, or the Sacrifice with Perfect Glass Cannon on it, as the best rolls you can get. So I would highly recommend that today. Alright, so over here at Potomac Event Center, we got holsters. That's the Imperial Dynasty holster, and then the Forge holster with 50% extra shield health. That's a whole extra skill tier added to your shields. It's always worth it. And if you want to, you can farm at Constitutional Hall instead of Potomac Event Center area as well. China Lights, of course, great for those explosive skill damage builds, you know, like artillery turrets and seeker mines. And then we got Overlord at West Potomac Park. You can get the Fox's Prayer knee pads with 8% damage to targets at a cover. That's multiplicative damage that you can stack with your 10% on your weapon. And that does a lot of extra damage, usually more than that 200% crit hit damage that everyone's usually looking for. We also got gear system mods at Lincoln Memorial. That's 3 bosses at the end. It's a fast mission to run in less than 10 minutes solo and in group. So if you're looking for those 12% crit hit damage mods or 6% crit hit chance, whatever you're looking for in mods that's maxed out, run this on Heroic if you can. We also got Golon gear at the Pentagon for the 10% status effects mixed with the 4-piece Eclipse Protocol builds. And then Gila Guard at DARPA Research for your shield builds. But I never run or look for Gila Guard, so that's just not something I know a whole lot about. If anyone else knows more, definitely comment below. I've had a few people comment on how and why they farm for Gila Guard. Like 3 pieces with 2 pieces Golon gear, one of my subscribers said. I haven't tried that out yet, but it sounds kind of interesting. And then finally, we got Hanayu over here at the White House. You can farm these 2 control points for the Force Multiplier backpack with perfect combined arms. And that red mod slot no longer rolls on that Force Multiplier backpack. In fact, I might have one here right now. So yeah, right here, an empty gear mod slot. So I'm going to re-roll that to skill damage and then have a skill haste mod right here. And that's going to be what it should have been months ago. Alright, agents, highlights for the east side. We got Douglas and Harding again, but at Grand Washington if you want that punch drunk mask. Remember, we got Demolition Site and No Hope Hotel XP farm videos. I'll show you in the top right card right now. So if you're looking for rifles or Fenris, you can farm those as well when you're trying to max out your season rewards the next few days. Remember, you can run these every 5 or 6 minutes, and they give you almost a watch level. You'll get a watch level every time you finish it if you're in a group of 3 or 4. We also got the Bellstone Armory at Space Admin, so if you're looking for that, it's really good paired with Foundry Bulwark, the Emperor's Guard knee pads that you can try to get today at the DZ South. That's going to be a really, really good armor regen build for sure. Something like a tank build or something with sustainability. And then, of course, the rifles, you can get the Diamondback and Merciless, a good classic M18. Best damage talents on that is Rifleman, Ranger, and then Boomerang. Or you can get the Baker's Dozen with Perfect Lucky Shot. You can farm for the Sweet Dreams Exotic Shotgun at Air and Space, or like a Marine Super 90 or Custom M870. Those are the top tier shotguns. You got LMGs at Capitol Building, the exotics are Bullet King and Pestilence. You can get the named ones, there's a lot, like the Quiet Roar, the Carnage, the Good Times with Perfect Fast Hands, and New Reliable, and I think the Sleipner, which you can craft at the White House. You got Mass at East Mall with 4 control points here to farm for. You got Coyote's Mask, Vile Mask, and the Punch Drunk Mask, but I'd recommend farming Douglas and Harding for the Punch Drunk Mask. And then unfortunately at gear sets at American History, I thought you could farm Hunter's Fury, but you have to get it from the season reward first. So get that Hunter's Fury chest, backpack, all pieces, you know, and then it'll start dropping in the gear set areas. Otherwise, anything else but that. System Corruption, which is a DZ exclusive, and then Future Initiative and Foundry Bulwark chest and backpack pieces, which are still exclusive to the Iron Horse raid. We also got chest pieces at Viewpoint Museum. It's a True Sons mission, so if you're looking for that tardigrade chest piece armor, the exotic armor, that's going to have a higher drop rate chance today because of where it's at with True Sons. And then assault rifles at Jefferson Trade Center, so you can get the Mechanical Animal with Future Perfection, the Burnout named FAMAS, the Maniac, the named Military AKM. You can of course get the exotic Chameleon and the top tier ARs, which are like FAMAS, Military AKM, which is my personal favorite, or the Police M4, the Carbine 7s, and the G36s. Alright agents, let's go check out what we got in New York City before I let you guys go. Alright, agents, so New York City highlights. First off, I see submachine guns at 2 bridges. If you're still looking for that Lady Death, which pairs very, very well with the Hunter's Fury new set, especially mixed with the Memento, remember, you can farm Lady Death, submachine guns, targeted loot, and open world NYC bosses are the main source of it. So both sources of how you get the Lady Death are in this 2 bridges area today, so that's definitely worth farming for. Or you can refarm for the Chatterbox. I have a build, not a build video, but a guide video on that. I'll put in the top right card right now for you guys. And then also, if you need a good SMG, I recommend the Vector variants or the MPXs. Over here at Stranded Tanker, we got Petrov, so you can farm for Contractor's Gloves. That's 8% extra damage to armor. You can pair that with 2-piece Walker Harrison Co. or just put it on any LMG build you have. Aralda Holdings over here at the Tombs is great. 2-piece with 3-piece aces and 8s and a perfect Headhunter chest piece for your headshot builds. And then of course, we got Badger Tough at Wall Street. You get a chance to get the Bullet King to drop from the boss at the end, and you can get the 0F's chest piece with perfect Unbreakable. It's definitely worth farming for. I actually have a build video I'll put in the top right card right now that has the 0F's chest piece as the main gear piece, and it's one of my favorite builds. Alright, agents, well, that was the targeted loot for today. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to subscribe and like if you enjoyed my content. Click the join button below to further support my dream of being a full-time content creator, or grab some Shadow Gaming merch, or become a patron today. Take care, agents, and be sure to stay tuned for more daily, dedicated Division 2 content. This is Agent Shadow, signing off. I will see you in the next video. Take care, agents.